All right, testing, testing, testing. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Akim. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming out here once again. All right, to preach this to preach this beautiful gospel, the whole camp. You know what I'm saying? To bring out the warning. See what I'm saying? To prophesy to the four winds. All right. So once again, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And before I get started with live camp, all right, I want to get this started by giving our praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth under Salakia. All right, Shalom. Salakia, Salakia. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth under, all right? Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands, all right, and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect, to the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, to you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. All right, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers, man. You speckled birds out there, all right? You look like all these other nations. You speak like these other nations, you know what I'm saying? All right. But through the line of your fathers, you go back to these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. See what I'm saying? On this chart here, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, Naphtali. You see what I'm saying? All right. So you all have been scattered throughout these four corners of the earth, man. And it's our duty as the prophets to go out there and to prophesy and to reach the hopeful elect, all right, among the Israelites that's been scattered abroad. You see what I'm saying? So Shalom, Shalom, Barakatah. All right. On that note, let me grab this. All right, this is Hosea. And Salaki, it's really windy out today, man. Not as bad as it was yesterday, but it's still blowing. So Hosea chapter 1 and verse 9, it says, Salaki, verse 10. Hosea 1 and 10, it says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you know that these people who call themselves JOOs, you know what I'm saying, they're not the ones. They're not the people, man, because the scriptures clearly tell you that the Israelites would be innumerable. All right, the Israelites would not be able to be numbered. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying, when you got these jokers like Mike Huckabee, all right, saying that there's like 16 million JOOs around the world, you know what I'm saying? This is how you know that they're not the people, man. All right, because Israelites are insurmountable. You can't number all the children of Israel, man. Okay? That's why Vocab Malone is always confounded. He's always confounded because he's trying to put the Israelites in a box. See what I'm saying? All right, saying that the Hebrew Israelites this many people in America. Okay, and he's counting the Israelites who profess to be Israelites, specifically of the tribe of Judah. Okay, Benjamin and Levi, right? But he's not counting for the northern tribes, and he's not counting for the Israelites all abroad. You know what I'm saying? Who profess to be that. Then on the other hand, he also doesn't know that the Israelites also will come looking like so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, when you account for that, then you got to think about all the other nations around the world. Okay, where there are Israelites who look like Moabites, so-called Chinese, all right, who look like Japanese, so-called Japanese, so-called Philippines, you know what I'm saying? So-called Arabs, so on and so forth, man. The children of Israel are everywhere, right? So it says, Slaki. All right, Hosea 1:10, it says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. You see what I'm saying? Ye are the sons of the living power, man. At this point, at this point in time right now, all right, Jerusalem is being trodden down to the Gentiles, man. You see what I'm saying? And these Amalekites who call themselves JOOs, who are of the house of Edom, all right, they have now drawn all these nations into the Levant region, man. All right, they have drawn all these nations into that region in order to fight. You see what I'm saying? Just as was prophesied. All right, just as it was prophesied in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter. You see? Right? Let's go to Jeremiah. All right, Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. It says, therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purpose is that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. All right? And we're in that time right now, man, where these Edomites have drawn all these other nations into this position to fight, all right, to fight against each other. And we're about to see the fall of the global economy as a result of this conflict, right? Let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 1. It says, also, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power unto the land of Israel, an end. The end is come upon the four corners of the earth. Okay? The end is come upon the four corners of the earth. And this message is going to the Israelites, man, because when it says the land of Israel or thou Zion, understand that the Israelites saw a people. All right. The land of Israel is a people before it's a place. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, man. Right? And the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And mine eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come, and end is come. The end is come, it watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains, man. You see what I'm saying? When this economy hits the breaking point, okay, it's going to be chaos, man. Because now they all have the dominoes in place. You see what I'm saying? They have the dominoes in place where this economy is about to crash. You see what I'm saying? Where you have the Straits of Hormuz that has now been closed, okay? And they're only letting the people getting through. They're only letting the people get through if they're paying if they're paying in the yuan. All right? If they pay in the yuan, then they can go through the Strait of Hormuz. They're no longer paying through the dollar. So this crash is going to happen, and it's going to happen very soon, man. Very soon. There's no getting around this. You see what I'm saying? Slakia. Let's jump down. Let's go to verse 11. It says, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be wailing for them. The time is come. The day draweth near. Okay, and this is what the prophets are here to tell you, man. The day draweth near. Throughout all these years that we've been out here, man. You see what I'm saying? Through the men of the Lord, beginning with the apostles, who are closing in on the 40 years. 40 years that they've been out here. Down to the bishops, down to the elders. All right? And to the rest of the brotherhood, man. You see what I'm saying? The time is come. The day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof, man. Everyone's going to feel it. Everyone's going to feel this, man. Everyone is going to be affected by this crash. Everyone's going to be affected by this global catastrophe. Okay? Verse 13, for the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return. Neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready. You see what I'm saying? And this is what the prophets have done, man. We have blown the trumpet. Okay, to make you all ready for this time, for this battle that's coming, man. You see what I'm saying? And this battle is not necessarily it's not entirely physical. It's like it, right? This battle is spiritual, man. And if you have not been given the spiritual tools in order to combat these the wiles of the devil and the great temptation that's approaching, then you're going to falter. You're going to fall. You're going to give in. You're going to be weak. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to make it. It says they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. You see what I'm saying? And when you think about these about this war. All right, this war that's upon us now. Okay, nobody wants to join it. Nobody wants to jump in. You see what I'm saying? You can have Pete Hegseth get on the tube all he wants to, man. Nothing changes. You see what I'm saying? Nothing changes. This is a constant problem that these jokers are having in the military. Nobody's signing up. Nobody wants to be a part of this thing. It's a suicide mission, man. The scripture said that the men of war have forborne to fight, right? Let's see if I can find that. Let's get that real quick, Jeremiah. All right, Con. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might had failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken, man. They don't want to be a part of this, man. All right? They don't want to do it. And you can't convince them to jump up in there. You know what I'm saying? All right, I want to see Lindsey Graham. I want to see Lindsey Graham head on over to what's his state, North Carolina. I want to see him do it and tell his constituents, talking about, I'm gonna need your sons and your daughters to sign up and conscript. See what I'm saying? It's time for us to take it to them. It's time. Yeah. You see, these jokers aren't gonna be about that. They're not gonna be about that, man. All right, I just showed that video of the Treasury Secretary. All right? Damn, this wind. All right, but I showed the Secretary of the Treasury. Okay? He went to the Situation Room. He came back. He was visibly shaken. Visibly shaken. And the first thing that he says is that the president is doing just fine. All right, the president is good. He's great. You know what I'm saying? And my son is looking to get drafted, or my son is looking to enlist or whatever, and I entrust my son's life in their hands. Like this thing is a catastrophe, man. It's an absolute dumpster fire. All right? And Esau knows that he has stepped into something that he can't get himself out of. He can't get himself out of this thing, man. They done destroyed, they decimated all of your missile defense systems. All your defense systems are gone. So now all they're doing is just pummeling Israel at this point, man. Just pummeling Israel. You see what I'm saying? Report after report after report has come out that Netanyahu, Satan Yahu's dead. You see what I'm saying? From Russia, from North Korea. You see what I'm saying? And now they're showing you AI footage of Satan Yahoo, okay, instead of telling you the truth of what of what's really going on, man. That nigga dead, man. That nigga is gone. You see what I'm saying? So nobody wants to take part in this fiasco. Nobody. Continuing on in Ezekiel. All right, Ezekiel's 7th chapter says in verse 15, Ezekiel 7:15, it says, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. All right, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's going to happen. This was going to happen while your boys, you know what I'm saying, is out there fighting this fight, you know what I'm saying, for the bankers, man. Over here at home, there won't be any food. There won't be any water, no substance. You see what I'm saying? All right. Martial law will take place. The economy is going to tank. Everyone's finances is going to be gone. Nobody will be able to get any money, man. Everybody's going to be zeroed out. Okay? And it's going to be civil war. Civil war. It's going to be chaos, man. Okay? The people are going to be out here fighting one another, man. Like the scriptures say, then friends shall fight one against another like enemies. Okay? People are going to be breaking into each other's houses. You see? 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and chapter 16 is going to take place, man. Salakia, this wind. All right. Verse 16. It says, but they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, everyone for his iniquity. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing goes into in the 2nd Esdras, man. All right. Those people who escape into the mountains, they're going to end up cannibalizing each other, man. Right? Let me see if I can get that real quick. All right, Con, so this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 55. It reads, the reward of thy whoredoms shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord Yahweh, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. You see what I'm saying? When the same way that y'all did to us, you see what I'm saying? When we was in this lowly situation, this lowly position, okay, and you had your way with us, the Lord's going to allow these things to come your way. The Lord's going to allow you to feel what it's like to watch someone else take your wife, take your daughter. You see what I'm saying? Take your son. You're going to have to watch as all these things that you've done to the children of Israel is done to you, man. You know what I'm saying? And 2/3 are going to be caught up in that. Why? Because you didn't pay attention when the prophets was telling you what's up. When the prophets was out here warning you. You see what I'm saying? Trying to prepare you for the battle. You refused. You didn't want to hear it. You see what I'm saying? It says, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be cannibalizing each other, man. They're going to be cannibalizing each other. They're going to be going after each other. Okay? Them preppers that went out there and they prepped and they stored up food and all that stuff, man. All right, they're going to be left confounded. They're going to be without. You see what I'm saying? Verse 59. Thou as unhappy shalt come through the sea and receive plagues again. All right? Right? But this isn't so for the elect. See what I'm saying? Isaiah 65 and verse 12. It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, As a matter of fact, let me jump up a little bit. All right, verse 11, verse 9, it says, "And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and mine elect shall inherit it." All right, "And my servants shall dwell there, and Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Acher, a place for the herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought me." You see what I'm saying? It's going to be protection for the people, for the children of Israel who sought the Lord. You know what I'm saying? For the Israelites who have sought after him, who have sought after his good grace, right? Like the scriptures say, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, man. All right? For those who have hearkened to the words of the prophets. See what I'm saying? Verse 11. "But ye are they that forsake the Lord Yahweh, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number." Okay? Shit, man. Right now, at this, as we speak, right now, as I'm doing this live camp. Okay, these Edomites are passing out magazines. They're passing out bullets. You see what I'm saying? To these maggers. All right? A civil war is coming. A civil war is coming, and they can't wait to get this shit popping. You know what I'm saying? So unless you take heed to the words of the prophets, man, you're going to be caught out here. You're not going to be protected. Right? "So therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not hear. All right? But did evil before me. But did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, my servants shall drink, my servants shall eat. All right? But ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit." You see what I'm saying? All right, come on. So let me do this real quick. All right. This is, let's see, this is the economic collapse. All right, the economic collapse blog. And it says, thanks to the war in Iran, a moment of reckoning has arrived for the entire global economy. Global financial markets are starting to shake, and it is because of what is happening in the Middle East, all right, in West Asia. You see what I'm saying? At this stage, every day is a roller coaster ride for investors. All right, every day is a roller coaster ride for investors, and that is not likely to change anytime soon. The Iranians have paralyzed traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. And trying to reopen it by force is going to be an exceptionally difficult to do. As you will see below, this is going to have enormous implications for every nation on the entire planet. We are in the early chapters of a major global crisis, and a tremendous amount of pain is ahead. All right. So it says on Thursday, Mojtaba Khamenei issued a statement in which he boldly declared that the Strait of Hormuz must remain closed in order to pressure the enemy. Needless to say, the Iranians are fully capable of carrying out his threats. Several more vessels have been attacked within the past 48 hours, and that includes a U.S.-owned oil tanker that was completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. Now that Iran has officially closed the Strait of Hormuz, it will be up to the U.S. military to try to reopen it. This will not be an easy task. All right? And they just sent 5,000 Marines over to the Strait of Hormuz, man. All right? You're going to see casualties, man. You're going to see casualties by the end of this. You see what I'm saying? Major casualties. And they're already not telling you the truth about the casualties that exist right now. They're already lying about that. They're lying to the people, telling them that the war is almost over, that the war's all but finished. We won, yada yada yada. Okay, but everything else that's being indicated is telling you the opposite. That they haven't won anything. That Satan Yahoo is dead. Okay, that Israel is being reduced to rubble. Okay, that these Amalekites are having to leave the country, and they're going in there. They're going out into the desert, man. Okay, so we're in these times, man. We are in these times. It says now that Iran has officially closed the Strait of Hormuz, it will be up to the U.S. military to try and reopen it. This will not be an easy task. In fact, some military experts are warning that it could take months to accomplish that goal. It could take months. You see what I'm saying? It could take months, and you can't do that without there being a draft. You can't get that done without there being a draft, man, because you don't have the numbers. You don't have the numbers. Even if you have them now, to drag this thing on for months on end, you're not going to have it. You're not going to have it, man. Just look at what went down with Ukraine within a matter of months. Okay, they was dropping like flies, man. Okay. It says unblocking the Strait of Hormuz is shaken up as a remarkably complex and time-consuming task. The fate of the global oil markets and the global economy rests on whether ships can travel or whether ships can traverse the 22-mile wide waterway from the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman. More than 10 days after the United States and Israel attacked Iran, there is no clear plan for reopening. Military experts say the effort is so daunting it could take months to achieve, absent a fast and full ceasefire. You see what I'm saying? And this joker said it's going to be in and out. This dude thought it was going to be in and out, man. Okay? Like I said, they're in the situation that they can't get themselves out of. Right? So exactly why will it be so difficult to reopen the Strait of Hormuz? As one expert has aptly noted, the Iranians are able to block traffic through the strait in a multitude of different ways. All right, if you take out all their missiles, they will still have thousands of drones, in which case they already laid down the mines. They've already laid down the mines, man. You see what I'm saying? So this thing is not going to be pleasant, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes months to clear out mines. It takes months to do that. All right? Even if you reopen it. If you could somehow locate and eliminate all of those drones, they would still have their fast attack boats. And even if you could eliminate all of their fast attack boats, they would still have thousands of naval mines. My point is that this crisis is not going to be resolved easily. And that is really, really bad news for the global economy. Right now, approximately half of the available global fleet of liquefied natural gas carriers is trapped in the Persian Gulf. You see what I'm saying? So this is only gonna end badly for Babylon the Great, man. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you slice that, right? All right. This is from endoftheamericandream.com. All right. Endoftheamericandream.com. It says nearly 1/3 of the people living in the United States and Canada believe that the world will end during their lifetimes. 1/3 of Americans and Canadians believe that they will see the end of the world in their lifetime. Notice this. Notice that this is happening now. All right. When the prophets have said clearly throughout decades that this thing is going to end within our lifetime. And these jokers all laughed at us. Everybody laughed at us. Everybody scoffed at us. See what I'm saying? But now the everything has changed because they can see it happening, man. Let's get this. All right. I start. All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 2. It reads, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So the vision is no longer tarrying, man. The prophecies are taking place now. Okay? It's no longer taking the sweet time. Now it's here, and everyone can see it. And everyone can see it. So now 1/3, now a whole third of the population of America and Canada can see that this thing is the end. It's the end now. All right, it's the end. Salak. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 32. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, the prophets have been out here, man. Beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders, going on decades and decades, man. All right? We've been out here for years saying this, telling you this, warning you. Okay? They hear thy words, but they do them not. So you jokers have not heard, you have not hearkened to the voice. Right? Verse 33, now comes the judgment, man. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. Only then shall these devils, these 2/3 and these devils out here and all these heathen are going to know that a prophet was among them, man. Only then. You see what I'm saying? People take heed to the words of the prophets only when it's too late to heed them. Only when it's too late to heed them. And the gates and the gates of mercy are closing, man. It's closing. So it's almost too late. It's about to be too late. You see what I'm saying? This is John chapter 9 and verse 4. It reads, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. The night is coming when no man can work. When all hell breaks loose out here, when there's martial law, when there's troops everywhere, you see what I'm saying? When they got the AI drones surveilling, when there's chaos out in the streets, that's when you will no longer see the prophets, man. You see what I'm saying? We must work the works of him that sent us while it is day. The night is coming when no man can work. We ain't going to be out here doing this. We ain't going to be out here prophesying anymore. You see what I'm saying? The job of the prophet is almost finished. It's almost finished, man. After a certain point of prophesying, the Lord pulled back Noah. He said, get into the ark. All right? Noah was prophesying for 120 years. The Lord said, stop prophesying, go and build that ark and get up in there. You see what I'm saying? Again, John 9 and 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. You see what I'm saying? The night cometh when no man can work. All right? As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Okay? And the Lord is in the world through his prophets, man. The Lord is in the world through his prophets. We are that spiritual conduit to the Lord's words, man. Let's go to Amos. All right, this is Amos chapter 5, verse 13. It says, therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time, man. Okay? The prudent is going to keep silence in the time, man, because the times are going to be evil. The times are going to be devastating. You see what I'm saying? When the economy in America finally gets hit, okay, man, as a result of what's going on in the Straits, as a result of what's going on in world finances, you see what I'm saying? Now they're starting to trade in the yuan instead of the dollar. What is that going to do to the American economy? You see what I'm saying? And all these other countries that are attached to the US dollar, man. Okay? It's going to be chaos, pandemonium. All right? Destruction everywhere, man. Therefore, the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Okay? When that happens, the work of the prophets is over. The work of the prophets is over. And the Lord is going to shut up our mouths, man, so we can't be able to reprove nobody. Before I grab that, let's get Amos chapter 8, verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh with power, that I will send a famine in the land. So the Lord is sending. The Lord is sending this famine of the word, man. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? A famine of hearing the words. So what happened during the time of Noah? After Noah was prophesying for 120 years, he brought about a famine of the word, man. He said, nah, stop prophesying, stop preaching. You see what I'm saying? But this time, it's going to be far more devastating, man, because people are going to be looking on the internet. They're going to be looking for us where we standing. You see what I'm saying? They're going to go to all the locations that they saw us in, and they're not going to find us anymore. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, and shall not find it. All right, in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. You see? Let's go to Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 3. Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 26. All right, Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 26. It says, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house, man. You see what I'm saying? When that time comes, it's over. It's over. There's no pleading. There's no more asking for forgiveness, man. There's no more crying out. You see what I'm saying? Right? Slocky. Wind is blowing hard today, man. All right, so where's this at? All right, so let's go to the second Ezra chapter 5. All right, second Ezra chapter 5. Let's go to verse 9. It says, and salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. That's talking about the words of the Lord, okay, being preached by the prophets, man, right? and shall be sought of many. So people are going to be seeking this word when it's over. Okay? People are going to be seeking this word when all chaos is ensuing everywhere. Okay? Mayhem, mischief has engulfed the land. All right? Death everywhere. Fear, anguish. It says, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. One land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say, no. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's going to know where to find us. Okay? Nobody's going to know where to find us anymore. Right? Let's go to chapter 9. Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case. All right? When the doors of mercy are closed up, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. You see? The same must know it after death by pain. And we're not going to feel anything for these people. We're not going to shed a tear. We're not going to do any of that. Why? Because we've been out here prophesying. We've been out here, all right, extending our hands, man. The Lord is extending his hands to you, Jakes, by the words of his prophets, man. He sent his prophets rising up early. And you didn't regard us, man. Beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down. Right? So the Lord don't owe you nothing. It says nearly 1/3 of the people living in the US and Canada believe that the world will end during their lifetimes. We live at a time when millions upon millions of us feel deeply unsettled. The news is filled with constant headlines about war, political chaos, economic problems, and major natural disasters. A lot of people feel like humanity's story is building up to some sort of a crescendo. That's right. That's right. We are reaching the crescendo, man. We're reaching the end of this thing, the climax. You see what I'm saying? The climax, man. And they are not optimistic about what that will mean. In fact, a new study conducted by researchers at the University of British Columbia has discovered that nearly 1/3 of the people living in the US and Canada actually believe that the world will end within their lifetimes. It says, I was quite surprised to learn that so many people believe that the end of the world is rapidly approaching, and so were the researchers. Well, if you got any sense, if you have any spiritual sense, man, you would understand that we're at the end. See what I'm saying? But this truth is only coming by the way of the prophets, man. Okay? The rest of these people out here, they have no clue what's coming. They ain't got a clue of what's about to happen. Okay? Do you think it's gonna come in your children's lifetime and you just be dead and you just be gone somewhere? Nah, man. By the time we reach 2030, they want you niggas to be cyborgs. So hell no, man. The Lord's not gonna allow that shit to go down. He's coming soon. You see what I'm saying? He is coming quickly. All right? As a matter of fact, let me get that. Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. It reads, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." And that's talking to you Israelites, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, and you speckled birds that's been scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, man. You see what I'm saying? All right, so the Lord is coming quickly. The Lord is no longer, the prophecies are no longer tarrying, man. Okay? All right? The prophecies are no longer taking their sweet time. The economy is about to crash, and the moment the economy crashes, that's when they roll out the MOTB. After all the chaos that results from this is reaching its peak. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna let this thing coast out for a good amount of time, man. They're gonna allow these jokers to go after each other, like I just read. Shall friends fight against each other like enemies, man? Right? People gonna fight one against another like enemies. And wit is gonna hide itself. Security is gonna hide itself. Okay? This truth is gonna be gone, no longer available. The internet is gonna be shut down. And if they come and if they bring it right back up, you're gonna have to be under this surveillance system. You're gonna have to be under this new world of theirs. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to come up on here and see the lessons. You know what I'm saying? See the live videos. You're not gonna see that. That's not gonna be available anymore, man. All right? They're gonna persecute the prophets. They're gonna persecute the saints. You see what I'm saying? The elect that have believed on the words of the prophets. All right? So this thing is coming, man. It's no longer tarrying, right? Let's go ahead before I close it out. All right, this is from Times Now. This is from timesnownews.com. It reads, the calendar of 2026 is a carbon copy of the calendar of 1914, which was the same year that World War I began. As 2026 mirrors the calendar of 24 of Slovakia. Let me read that again. It says, as 2026 mirrors the calendar of 1914, the year World War I began, rising Iran-Israel tensions and global instability are prompting eerie comparisons and renewed fears of a wider conflict. Even now and then, every now and then the calendar quietly repeats itself. Basically, it is a mathematical coincidence that rarely captures any attention until history gives it a chilling context, and this time it is a super chilly one. In 2026, all right, the calendar of 2026 is exactly the same as that of 1914, the year that witnessed the First World War. And as tensions escalate between Iran and Israel, with U.S. also being involved, the similarity has also sparked online theories, speculations, and uneasy conversations about how history could somehow repeat itself. Let's end this off. All right. Let's end this off in the book of Revelation, chapter 11. All right. This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It reads, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. This is the third woe that we are in right now, man. You see what I'm saying? The third world war, right? So buckle up, man, because this is about to get real interesting, especially for the elect. You see what I'm saying? Because we were promised, Lord willing, I'm among that number. We were promised that we were going to be protected. We were promised that the Lord is going to guide our footsteps. We were promised of these things, man. So hold fast to that which you have, so no man take thy crown. See what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut that there, man. I pray this live camp has been edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, in closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.